I used to think if I couldn't find hope, I should just let it all go. I used to think if I couldn't make dreams come true, I should just let them all go. When life seems impossible, look from a new angle. Change just one little thing. When life feels intolerable, find your true source of love. Concentrate, focus on love. Center now, focus on love. Dedicate, focus on love.
Awesome. Welcome
Focus
everyone
on,
to
focus
the
on
Spearitual here at the Soul Station. I am your Pat, teacher, advisor, and coach. Welcome. We're going to go ahead and dive into the lesson for mid-month of August. We're picking up off of session 1, lesson 1. So this is considered session 1, lesson 2. And we're still discovering love. We're still on that subject matter of love. So what we're going to start with going forward is Matthew 22, okay? And we're going to be reading verses 37 through 39, okay? And that's the first book of the New Testament, okay? Matthew 22. And we're going to start with verses 37, and we're going to end at 39, okay? And it says, "But last of all, he sent unto them his son, saying, They will reverence my son. But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves, This is the heir. Come, let us I'm sorry, am I reading the right one? Matthew 22. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong chapter. Okay, Matthew 22, 37. Jesus said unto them, Thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all of the law and the prophets." So I went on over to 40, didn't mean to do that. But again, let's go back for a minute. "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind." This is the first and great commandment. The second is similar to it, to love your neighbor as yourself. Now, I posed a question a few weeks ago about how to love your neighbor, and if the balance was appropriate. You know, if you have a nasty neighbor, if that's how they know love, should you show love the same way they give it? Or do you do the opposite and you exercise the things that we discussed last week, which we'll get back to in just a moment. Now, when it came to love, it talked about the law. So we know, some of us know that the law, in terms of the Bible, because we're starting with this book. I prefer this book because this is a global book, okay? And everyone around the world is affected by the Bible. It's not the oldest book, but I will say it's one of the greatest books ever written. So we're going to go to Exodus 20th, okay? That's the second book of the Old Testament, okay? Exodus 20. Just put my glasses on. Okay. And we're going to start with verses 3. And verse 3 says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." Okay. 4 says, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth." Okay. 7 says, "Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." Okay. Go down to 12. "Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's." Okay. You can reread this on your own time, but we just want to kind of dabble into the elements of what we refer to as love, okay? So let's flip back, because these are the commandments, okay? And these commandments represent acts. If you love God, this is what you do. When you love your parents, this is what you do. When you love your neighbor, this is what you do. This is how you act, and this is how you should think. So let's go back to 1 Corinthians 13. That's the New Testament, all the way towards the back. There's 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians. Okay, so 1 Corinthians 13. Okay. And this title, Love is the Greatest Gift. Again, though I speak with the tongue of men and of angels and have not charity. So we're going to substitute charity, the word charity, with love. And have not love, I am become as a sounding brass or tinkling cymbal. So to me, you just noisy. You just saying shit. You just saying stuff. Okay? And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all this faith so that I can remove mountains and have not love, I am nothing. How can that be? How can it be when I'm doing all of these things, but if I don't have love, you're nothing? Okay? That's why I am urging people to dabble deep into the meaning of love, because I don't believe you can live anything you can't define. Okay, so let's take it to the board. Wonderful. So hopefully you all can see the board clear enough, where we discussed love in session 1, lesson 1, and we gave it titles. Okay, so we gave Gil, God is love, and we discussed the first and only scripture in the Bible that discusses or describes God's love is that he gave his only begotten son. There's nothing else in there that talks about God loving mankind or humanity other than he gave his only begotten son. All the other scriptures I have researched and learned through life has always been our love towards him and our love towards each other. Okay? I haven't even really discussed scriptures that talk about loving yourself. Okay? Now, when we talk about the love of us, we titled it Lou, right? Lou. And in 1 Corinthians 13, it talked about all of these different stuff. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, that's a sacrifice. But I don't have love, it profits me nothing. What's the gain if you're doing all of this and you don't have love? But what is love? I mean, really, what is love? And then it says, love suffereth long and is kind. Love envieth not. Love vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. It don't give itself a whole lot of self-importance. That's what vaunteth is really discussing. But it starts to detail what it's not. Okay, so we talked about the ingredients of love: kindness, giving, caring. And then we got to a little rough spot where it talks about it envieth not. We called it jealousy, okay? And it just so happened Lou is involved in jealousy, the love of us, okay? I got a little surprise for you in the end, okay? So it's not puffed up. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you have people that become, they say they love you, but they become a little condescending, like, okay, maybe they bailed you out of a situation and they're helping you, you know what I'm saying? And although it's an act, it looked like love, but condescending attitude, puffed up attitudes don't feel like love. And that's what we discussed last week. What is the difference between your feelings and how you think? What is love? How you feel and how you think are two totally different things. It says, it does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. Rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. You know, that kind of sounds like a friend. You know how to say, when your friends really love you, they really honest with you. They're not going to tell you what you want to hear, right? They're going to give you the truth, what you need to hear. Why would they do that? Because they love you. Well, what do you mean that you love me? Okay? So charity or love never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they will fail. Whether there be knowledge, it will vanish away. So we know that it's a season for everything. Everything will pass, but it's something about love that will not perish. Okay? It talks about we know in part, we prophesied in part, but when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away with. So, you know, when perfection comes, because the next verse gets really interesting, okay? It starts to talk about maturity. When your mind is different, when your mind is growing up, okay? You begin to take a different approach to life and humanity than you did when you were immature. Okay, so I want to share this one scripture with you regarding love, and it's coming out of John 15. Okay, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Okay, John 15. I want you to hear this one thing before we actually sum this up. And it's verse 13. Now this is Jesus speaking. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. So to Jesus, Yeshua, whatever you prefer to him as, Rabbi, for him, he said the greatest love of all is when people lay down their life for their friends. Now what does that mean, laying down your life for your friends? Because to me that is definitely an act of love. When you're showing kindness, that's an act of love. But let me tell you, people can be kind to you and be thinking about how to get rid of you at the same time. Okay? So that can't be love. Okay? Somebody can give you a gift, right? But behind that gift, there's a motive. So kindness and forgiveness can't be love, right? Somebody can be caring, okay? You sick in the hospital or you bed rest and they giving you soup. They caring for you, but it's arsenic in the soup. It's an act, but is it love? And we don't even have to talk about jealousy. That's a whole other subject, okay? Then Jesus said the greatest love is when somebody lay down their life for you, okay? And in my aspect, Jesus was willing to lay down his life for his friends, not for everybody. God gave him to the world. And when I say lay down your life for a friend, that don't necessarily mean at gunpoint. I've heard stories where people went and took charges for friends. They went to jail for them. That's laying down your life for a friend. Okay? I've heard people who, you know, out of reflex just jumped in the middle of a shooting for a sibling. You know, just not acting, just because of whatever that is, that connection. They lay down their life for their friends. So my question to you again for session 1, lesson 2, what is love? Define it for yourself. Because even in Exodus 20th, where it gives the law, which is telling you how to think. Then you have 1 Corinthians that's giving you all these acts. It still did not tell you exactly what it is, which I can appreciate. Because at least at that point, you are defining it for yourself. And guess what's next? You're going to measure yourself first. And I'm going to leave it on that note until next week. Thank you so much for tuning into the Soul Station here with the Spearitual Bee. I can't wait to bring you another one. Till then, one love, happiness, and peace. Take care. Oh, cool. All right, Eagle Feathers. Hey, welcome to the Soul Station with the Spearitual Bee. Hope you're doing good. We're going to go ahead and get started with your mid-August month report. Okay, and hopefully you do it well. Hopefully you had a chance to watch the spiritual perspective. You've already thumbs up the vid. If not, you can do that now. We're going to be doing a bronze status mid-month forecast or read for you, and hopefully something you want to hear. Hopefully you're overcoming. You know, hopefully it's all to the good, but if it's not, you know, we're just gonna get through it somehow anyway, right? Somehow anyway. So central to your issues or events for the rest of the month, we have the Six of Hearts or the Six of Cups. That is the center of your energy. We have the Queen of Hearts underlying that energy. That could be you or someone else, okay? She has a heart. Listening out is what I'm hearing. She's listening out. Is this you or someone else? I don't know. I feel like her sixth sense is high, her sixth sense is up. It could be you. That is water energy here. But you listening out, and I can tell why. Overall energy is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, Ace of Cups in reverse. It's based on the Seven of Pentacles, 7 oranges. It's coming out of the Hierophant energy. All right, and you have an outcome of the Page of Pentacles. Okay, underlining that energy is Temperance. Okay, Angel Gabriel. Okay, and this is attempting to make something happen, to put it out there after some complications, after some testing. Could be testing a hypothesis. You know, that's that educated guess, right? This could also be filling someone in. I feel like somebody is overall energy is they're pouring out their heart. Somebody's pouring out their heart. It may have to do with resources, okay? Income issues, financial issues, resource issues, money that you're trying to grow. It's like you're feeling sad but positive. I feel like some of you are thinking about an offer. Like, I don't know if it's to cheer somebody up or to make things right. Because I see someone, this is returning home, returning to your sweet familiar here, your candy kisses. Your pride and joy, your happily, you know, it's that I can always go home kind of feel, like acceptance here. Okay, this is all about acceptance this mid-month, and you feel like you need to talk to somebody about it, or maybe you did talk to somebody about it, or I feel like you're just gonna go on and put it out there. I feel like you're just gonna go on and share your feels, you know. Because this is coming home. This is coming out. Somebody is very much committed. I don't know. I feel like you had a talk about it. For some of you, this may be some type of separation. You may have had a separation period. I don't know if you consider your workplace a sweet familiar. You know, you maybe have a lot of sweet connections there. You know, maybe it's home to other people where you work. I don't know what your field is, but I feel like it's been like this is an open and closed situation. Like we're just gonna get it all out on the table, and then we're just gonna be done with it. This feels very emotional. Some of you, this has to do with pregnancy or health issues. Because there's something that's been revealed here. And I feel like Queen Twyla is a nurse for some of you, or like some health care person, a facilitator, or something. So this could definitely be about your medical bills, some of you. But there's a happy secret here. Maybe it's about a pregnancy. Or your flow, your period, your flow, something about your period. Maybe you're happy about that return, you know, on flow coming home. Yes, okay. Let's see the reason for this Hierophant. This seems like this is some business tie or family issue. This is, you know, this is important. We gotta look at our income, see what we have available, what's at our disposal. Or some of you getting a message regarding your incomes, your investments, or could be money you have in the bank, or you did get a message about this. Okay. Ooh, what's something like this? The Two of Pentacles. So there is definitely based on the truth, based on some of you, this is prophecy. Something about somebody may be disturbed or concerned about who it is, whose it is, or who it is. It's got something to do with timing. It may be connected to prophecy. It may be connected to this commitment. But there is definitely a baby involved in this. There's a child involved in this. It's decision-making time. You may be thinking about what hospital. I don't know if you know this already. But whoever it is, they coming home, they ready to be committed. It has something to do with growth or what you could afford. This could be dealing again with that break, infidelity as well. Somebody had to make up their mind though, and it has something to do with, I don't know if this is something that was foretold to you about this committing to this job or this family or this marriage. But it's definitely got something to do with times. Timing, the times. It's got something to do with who's taking care of you, taking care of your needs, taking care of your desires. It's like somebody was concerned after being gone so long, who was taking care of your needs. I don't know if that's what's bringing you back. Who's filling your pockets? How you getting what you need? But the hermit is here. The hermit is something you literally have to look out for, observe, research, dig up information. You do this on your own. You're trying to be enlightened, but it's disturbing. For somebody or you, it's a problem. They need to figure out what they want to do, or what route they want to take, or who they want to be with. Well, whatever it is, it's a return, a lovely return, a joyous return, a sweet return. Somebody's ready to commit. I don't know if this is marriage or just, you know, a return, or, you know, maybe you returning to work. But there's some concern after the fact. It's like you still weighing whether or not this is for you. You weighing whether or not you thinking like how you can get more money. You may be weighing the your financial option. This is a financial option. You may get a message about this financial option. Something this may be something you've been thinking about that shows up. I don't know if it deals with, like, say, health insurance, disability insurance, life insurance. It could be an option with your 401k. But it's definitely a plan. You're trying to put some forethought into something based on resources. Now, I don't know if this could even be people. This is like thinking about what you can afford. But for some of you, I keep getting that you are troubled or perturbed by something prophetic or prophecy, something that you learn maybe in doing your, research. I don't know, maybe it's pertaining to marriage, maybe it's pertaining to the work you do, maybe it's pertaining to pregnancy, I don't know. But once this return shows up, whether it's you or someone else, for some of you, this is definitely male. This is male. This is the mailman. You're going to get some mail from, I don't know, maybe it was, this could be a lending institution. I don't know why I'm hearing old money out of this. Old money. I don't know where that's coming from, but it's in here. But I don't know where it's going back to, but I tend to do that quite a bit. Just things come out, but there's something about old money in here. Or maybe you owe money, but whatever it is, you weighing it. And it's like you're trying to keep something very low key. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is about affordability. What you have, what you can spare, what you need to save, what you need to come up with. You got to come up with something in this outcome for mid-month based on your circumstances and situation here. What it is, I have no clue, but you will if it pertains to you. And we're going to close it out with a reference word as opposed to the summary cards that I always use. Let's see what's going on with you mid-month August going forward as it pertains to this forecast. What is up with eagle feathers? But it's definitely coming out of a commitment. You know, this is voluntary commitment now. And it was based on some resources. This, whoever this was, this is why, this is wisdom. This represents wisdom. The hermit is aware, very knowledgeable, very wise about what's not right, what's crooked, or it may have something to do with something online. Somebody's trying to figure out where their money is going. Somebody joined, or you joined something based on some prospects, or it had something to do with resources, trying to gather resources together. But it has something to do with being knowledgeable about something. I don't know if you were jealous, perturbed, trying to get it for yourself. I don't know what this is. This could have been online. It's about who's ever feeding you information, money. I don't know. But they coming back. Or this is you. And you got douchey as your summary. Douchey. And maybe that's the question in the end for this mid-month August report. Douchey. Underlining that is one get. That's one. Do you get it? Let's sum it up with a written word, because this is crazy. Yeah, you're trying to to decide which way to go, which one to pick. Don't be adamant about certain likes and dislikes. Be flexible and try out different possibilities as well as opportunities that life presents you with. This way you will know how to fully live your life. And that's Saga Rule, one of the great gurus. And underlining that is never memorize something you can look up, and that is the great Albert Einstein. I'm going to leave it here. This is different. Eagle fellas, thank you for tuning into the Soul Station once again for a report, a forecast, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's switching up, so I'm telling how I'm going to frame my words or phrases, intro or outro. But until the next one, do what it takes to make you happy, okay? And hotel.
I should just let it all go.